Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the show. And welcome to a Saturday stream. Welcome to everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope the weekend is treating you well. And thanks for coming to hang out with me and the rest of the community here on a Saturday. Again, good to see you. Glad to have you. Glad that everybody could show up today. And man, we got the turnout for the opening, as you do. Glad to see everybody rolling in. Let me tell you, chat, I don't know if you guys saw it. I figured I would let you know, as I do, when I put out new content that doesn't go on the stream. So for those of you that do not follow me on the YouTube machines, I did in fact do technically it was quite a bit more than that, but I did a couple of hours of Zenless Zone Zero, the new MiHoYo gacha game, and put I guess a first impressions video up there on the YouTubes, for not only the YouTube folks, but also you guys if you want to go check it out. So I did that. I basically played through the prologue chapter of the game just to give it a look and see what I thought of it. It's actually a little bit more fun than I thought. It is very clearly a gacha game. It is very clearly a free-to-play game. But at the same time, I was having fun with it, and it's definitely a flashy game. They get the full 10 points for style, that's for damn sure. But yeah, if you have not, be sure to check that out on the YouTubes. Because again, I did not do that on stream. I don't know if we'll actually play the game on stream. That's entirely up to you guys, as always. I like to give you guys a little bit of say in what we do here. And as always, the people like Stomp and Mech Action, and so that is what we tend to do. And speaking of that Stomp and Mech Action, let's say we stop flapping our jaws and we get over to the leopard, shall we? And here we are, right back where we left off, and some of you that were paying attention to the stream title might have already figured out, and those of you that are paying attention may have also figured it out. But I have added a couple of mods to the mod list. And I know I said I wasn't going to add mods in the middle of the playthrough. I promise. I have done some troubleshooting to make sure that everything is working as intended. Now, I haven't done extensive troubleshooting, so we may still run into issues. But I have added the Coyotes mission mod to this playthrough in order to give ourselves a little bit of mission variety. Now, the main reason that I decided to do that is because I promised you guys already I wanted to do some real Mech Bay Heresy with like Clan Tick and all the other fun toys that we can play with in 3050 and 3060, and we're very, very close. If you're looking, we're in 3044. We are very, very close. So we're getting there. We are getting there. But we've burned through a lot of the DLC. In terms of the timeline, the Solaris DLC is the latest DLC in the timeline. So we have passed the point where any DLC content, like the actual narrative campaigns, all those have come and gone. So we're not going to have an opportunity to play any of those anymore. And we've burned through a lot of the special transmissions. Now, the thing that I was kind of struggling with last stream, and then again on this stream as I was getting ready for this week, was, how do we keep the game fresh? How do we keep things interesting as we still try to go through, potentially another 10 to 15 years of in-game time before we get access to the really cool stuff. And so the solution that I hit upon was Coyotes. It comes very highly recommended. It's a very, very popular mod. It adds a lot of different mod types with a lot of different mechanics. I also played around with the idea of running Von Biomes, but then I saw that the pack for that is 9 gigabytes, and I'm sorry, chat. I love a pretty game as much as the next person, but 9 gigs is just too much for beautification purposes. If there were some actual mechanics or if there were significant changes to the game other than the visuals, I might consider it. But 9 gigs is a lot just for new planets and new biomes and things like that. And I know that it can also help with the map variety, but again, 9 gigs is not enough for that. So I figured we'd put in coyotes. We'll give the mission pack a chance, and we will see what we can get into. Again, one of the other things, you see, we have the button here, coyote mod stuff. And one of the things that they have recently added to the mod, apparently, is this. We can now get aerospace fighters that will back us up. We can also get ground vehicles that can back us up. And there's even, you know, pilot traits and stuff like that for our pilots, which I guess, I don't know exactly how this works, so you guys may have to help me out with this. But like, this is apparently a relatively new addition to Coyotes. But I don't know how any of it works. I've never played Coyotes before. This is my first time running the mod, so I'll definitely be looking to you guys to help me figure out exactly what we need to do and how it works. I have played some of the Coyotes mission templates, and they do work, so I have confirmed that the mission pack is playing well enough with our mod pack. Now, that doesn't mean we didn't break anything, but unfortunately, I didn't have a whole lot of time to play games this week, so I didn't have time to do extensive testing. So anyway, without further ado, now that we're all caught up and everybody knows what's going on, again, we're close to 150 million C-bills. We got an entire mech bay full of just the hardest, craziest battle mechs you're ever going to see. Now, with that being said, for those of you that were not paying attention in the last stream, we built our Gojira machine here, this annihilator that when you turn on the mask, goes 130 kph. 130 kph on the sprint for an annihilator. A mech that traditionally has a speed rivaled only by an urban mech. So yeah, exactly, Elijah. Fucking what? That's exactly what I said. Now, in order to do that, we had to we stripped all the weapons off of this thing. It has nothing but flamers. It has nothing but flamers. That's all it does. Now, we can also punch, but this is a very, very close range boy. At the same time, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So I don't know if we'll use this in actual missions, but it is certainly fun to use in the arena. I will say that. So that is our first taste of real honest-to-God mech bay heresy, the kind that we haven't really had a chance to do in this career so far. And I hope that we'll be able to do more of that. But we'll get started. We'll get started. So as far as what we want to do, obviously these contracts are not going to change. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I wouldn't do it. Because again, we kind of just need to do some missions here. Like, that's all we got to do is just pass some time. Now, I could do that by going to the home screen and just going to the timeline and passing a bunch of time. But obviously, we want to be making money and finding salvage and all that. What was the 9 GB mod called? It is called Von Biomes. And Von Biomes just adds a lot of new planet types and a lot of textures, and it just adds more planets. It makes the game prettier. It adds more variety to the planet types that you can run into. That's pretty much all it does. So it's not an essential mod. Coyotes is definitely going to change up the mechanics more than Von Biomes does. Are you even a modder unless you have a dedicated disc for mod stuff? I mean, I tend to only mod 1 or 2 games at a time, but yeah, I have what 30 gigs of mods for Mechwarrior 5. I have over 300 mods for RimWorld. I have about 10 gigs of mods for Project Zomboid. Some of those are mine and some of those are downloaded. So I can absolutely gel with the I can absolutely gel with the having a shitload of mods to make a game really feel good. But anyway, let's get into contracts, shall we? We got a mission for Merrick. We got a mission for Independence against Merrick. Both of these are multi-mission operations. They're also both really easy in terms of what we're fielding, so maybe that's not the best idea. We do have this next mission here. We were working on a narrative chain, so maybe we'll do that instead. So let's get underway. Let's get the day started out here in the inner sphere. And we'll see if we can finish up the narrative chain that we were on. If I remember right, at the end of last stream, we were working on a narrative chain working for Merrick. If I'm remembering correctly. Got a few for Surviving Mars. Yeah, Surviving Mars is another game that you can endlessly mod. If you play any of the Sims games, that's another one. Back when I still had Skyrim installed on my machine, I had probably hundreds of gigabytes of mods for Skyrim. When I was playing Fallout 4, back before I gave Todd Howard the boot from my machine, I had a shitload of mods. Like, I even had a mod that turned Fallout 3 into a Fallout 4 into a third-person cover shooter. Like, completely changed up the mechanics. It was crazy. And Flying in Reverse Prime subbing to the channel. Thank you, Flying in Reverse, for the support. For those that don't know, Amazon Prime lets you subscribe to one Twitch channel for free. So I appreciate you choosing to use that here with us, Flying in Reverse. And welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions. We don't discriminate if you use your Bezos sub instead of actual money. Yeah, I mean, so, Erica, to put it like this, I have a 2 terabyte M2 drive. And in spite of having a 2 terabyte M2 drive, with the recordings that I do for streams, the VTubing software that I use, the 3D modeling and 3D printing that I do outside of the stream for my own entertainment, games, movies, music, like, that M2 drive is sitting at anywhere between 70 to 90% full pretty much all the time. There is a point now where whenever I record a new stream, I pretty much only have room on my hard drive for that stream. I basically keep that like 1 to 200 gigs open on my hard drive just so that I can, like, I want to make sure that I don't run out of space when I stream to record the VODs. So that's, yeah. I need another M2, but the whole being unemployed thing kind of precludes me from buying new stuff. But let's view the transmissions. Exploration Resource Mission. Excuse me? Accepting this will present the Exploration Resource Mission onto the contract screen. Question. I guess it's just here under contracts. Okay, here we go. Got it. All right, so you guys will have to tell me how the exploration works, but for right now, I want to get into this narrative mission. Urs says, what do you mean? Fallout 4 is already a cover shooter, first-person shooter. This is true, but what I mean, Urs, is it basically takes Fallout 4 and changes it into a game more similar to, like, Gears of War or Uncharted or, you know, games like that where you have, like, sticky cover mechanics and it's all about positioning and, like, firing over cover and stuff like that. Like, it literally turned Fallout 4 into Gears of War. With RPG elements, of course. So that's what I mean. Like, I understand that Fallout 4 is already a first-person shooter, but it turned it into a game very similar to, like, Gears of War or Uncharted. I thought it was a lot of fun, but then, you know, I had already been playing Fallout 4 since, 2014 or 15 or whatever year it came out, and I had been playing it for years, and I just, like many Bethesda games, I kind of just played myself out of it and got bored with it. It let you spray and pray from cover. It did indeed. But anyway, let's take some max salvage shares. You know how we do. Always take max salvage, you know the rules, and so do I. And then let us, actually, you know what? We're already at 315 tons. So this lance, in spite of the fact that we used it last time around, is going to be perfect for us to get stuck in. First thing, let's make it hot, chat. You guys know. You already know. The exploration missions are just go here, wait at a spot, then go to the next spot and hope your ship isn't hit. I mean, I may give it a shot just to see. Also, boop. There we go. You guys need some game audio. Can get some amazing loot. Well, I am all about the loot, niggas. I am all about the loot. I do like me some hot loots. Man, the game is taking a little while to load up today. This is our first mission of the day. It's also the first time I played Mechwarrior today, after playing a couple of other games earlier this morning. So it's got to reload all the assets. All right, there we go. And as you can see, one of the other minor mods that I've added is the paper doll mod here at the bottom, which displays all of the mechs in our lance in addition to my own, so that'll help me keep track of how damaged our mechs are getting over the course of a mission. Oh, Ericus, if you think the Rick and Roll reference is something, you just wait. I will reference a whole lot of different things in this stream. I know you're relatively new to the content, but I promise you, you will get more than your fair share of references if you stick around.
Be advised, hostile forces have been dispatched and are en route to our location.
Now fan out and take defensive positions. Prepare for incoming hostiles.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Contact! Battle mech!
Uh-oh. Alright, Chet. I know it's early. But you guys are gonna have to wait because Leaf Blower Kun is making an early appearance, so we will see you whenever he decides to move on.
Holding at nav point. Primary objective acquired. Aye. Recon reports additional forces entering the engagement area, Commander. Be on the lookout for them.
New target, King Crab.
Chet, do you see that shit? Do you see that shit?
Target acquired.
They are running their own crab squad. They have 2 king crabs and a 27 SL. We're not the only ones. Now I wish I had brought our own crab squad for this mission. I mean, we need to try to salvage at least one of these king crabs if we can, because we are trying to work on another crab squad made of nothing but king crabs.
Target destroyed.
Alright, there we go. That's 2 king crabs down. Now we got a Zeus over there. I'm gonna send my people after the Zeus, and I'll deal with the 27 SL. Yeah, it's Alaska style, baby. Alaska style. And Bob McBobberstein says, sup, Murray, sup, chat. Good to see you, Bob. Glad to have you. Glad you could join us out here on a Saturday for some hot mech-on-mech action. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well, and if not, hopefully it'll be a little better now that you're here. Oh boy, we got them coming from every direction, and man, I don't know where they got all these king crabs from, but they are coming out of the woodwork. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Wilco, focusing fire.
As was not too much trouble. Man, look at this. They are crabbing the fuck out on this mission. They brought the king crabs, they're bringing regular crabs.
Escalating their assault on your position.
I know there's no hermit crabs, but even so, that would complete the collection.
Group target acknowledged.
Get wrecked, nerd!
New target, Panther.
Alright, let's see. Oh,
Target acquired.
We're on it, Commander.
wow, how did that king crab get all the way over here? No one suspects the crab inquisition. No, don't core him. Don't core him. I wanted to leg him, god damn it. Alright, let's see. It looks like It looks like we have a vehicle stuck under the map. That might be a problem. Although I did find out, somebody had told me that apparently there is a keyboard shortcut to force kill enemies in yet another mech lab, so we may have to look at that here in a minute.
The hostiles to draw them off the buildings.
Never brawl with a rifleman. Yeah. I mean, more like never brawl in a rifleman. Get leg, nerd.
Wilco, focusing fire.
I applaud the bravery of deciding to bring a panther to this engagement. And another Zeus. And Arrakis, also Prime subbing as well. Thank you, Arrakis, for the Prime sub. And welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions, where we have only one flavor of Kool-Aid, but of course, it is Ecto Cooler.
Continuing to converge on your location. Safe Frosty, Commander.
What is that? SRM-20 character? Yeah, I'm not really worried about that. I'm not really worried about that. SRM-20 carrier is going to have a long way to go before it's a threat. Then again, I could just have my guys take it out with long-range weaponry. We do have that Dragon Slayer Victor out here with the Gauss rifle. Then again, I might as well just do it myself. Good lord.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright, so we got a lance of mechs rolling in over there. We got some more vehicles coming down off the hill.
On target ID.
Yes, do please take out the harasser with LRMs. That would be very, very helpful. And then we got another partisan. You guys know how I love the partisan. Yeah, the mechs on the bottom would be helpful if they had call signs. It's not as big of a deal right now because we're taking 4 different mechs, but I can see that being kind of hard to differentiate once we're like, you know, if we do Crab Squad again. Need an Ecto Cooler sticker. I mean, if they let me put stickers on the mechs, you better believe. You better believe. Alright, we got a stalker. Let's take out the stalker. In the meantime, I'm gonna lay waste to this marauder.
Complex has just been destroyed. Is anything there salvageable?
Man, y'all need to just settle the fuck down. Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna make sure that you guys get all of your whatever the fuck. Ah, damn it. Am I about to have an ammo explosion? Well, Erst is in a good mood. Yep, there's that fucking explosion. Alright, the hard way then. Get wrecked, nerd. Let's see. We still got a few more enemies, and this guy's still under the ground. Alright, that's gonna drive me nuts. Let me go into options real quick. Let's have a look at the controls. Let me have a look at the controls. Rip and tear. I agree, Erst. I agree. Let me see. Toggle weapon, ejects, debug menu. Open console. Mod options maybe? No. Kill unit key, is that what it is? Controls. Or is that just what I'm looking for? I got it. Am I missing it? I don't see it. I missed it. Alright, let me see. Let me read. Reinforcement mode. Bullet time. Headlights. UAV. Cool shot. Thermal vision. Torso counter. Weapon groups. Coolant. There it is. Kill unit key. That is Control-Alt-F8. Alright, well there's no worry about me accidentally hitting that series of buttons. So I guess this is whatever unit I'm locked on to. Let's see. Control Alt F8.
Target destroyed.
Okay, well there we go.
Resistance is pulling in more hostiles from the surrounding area.
Now we will never have to suffer that bug again.
New target.
Alright, we got another light lance coming in. Locusts. A lot of locusts. And a griffin?
Burn that target down.
I mean, bravo for picking probably what is the most annoying lance comp in history. 3 locusts is gonna be a really big annoyance.
Target received.
Hey, come here, doofus. Well, I got some heat on the legs, but tell you what, I'll send him after the Warhammer instead, and I will deal with the locust. Cause the locust ain't real hard to take care of. Let's see, we got the griffin, and oh, that's the other mech, the one that's already destroyed. Oh, did I lose the SRM? Oh no, I just ran out of ammo. Okay. Well, that's a good piece of information to have. I'll have to keep that in mind going forward, that we may have some ammo issues.
Tango eliminated.
Target acquired.
May have some ammo issues with the SRMs, although to be fair, if I hadn't lost the LBX,
You've made a
that
real
would be less of a
difference
problem.
today. Those cities owe you their lives.
Tizzy glasses aren't working. I mean, they do work. It's just, you guys already know that, like, me and walls of text, don't get along. How many mission briefings have told me, hey, watch out for XYZ, and then I don't read the briefing, and then I get into the mission, and then the mission's like, here's XYZ, and I'm like, what the fuck, game? You didn't tell me about XYZ. What are you trying to do to me? And then everybody's, well, I don't know about everybody. Erst is usually the first one to say, yeah, except if you read the mission briefing, it would have told you about XYZ. And then that's usually the point where I say, hey, actually, fuck you, Erst. But, you know, it's a tale as old as time. Let's use the kill mech command. You already have attack my target. Mate, it's basically for situations exactly like that, where an enemy can fall through the map or something like that and make it impossible to kill them. We actually had that during the vanilla campaign, where some mechs basically fell through the map and we weren't able to kill them, and as a direct result, we're not able to finish the mission. So yet another mech lab adding that is kind of a safety feature because it is a known bug. And it gives you the ability to fix that. Now, obviously, you could use that to cheat if you really wanted to. I'm not going to. But it definitely helps. It definitely helps. What's Up says, mission briefing needs to be in comic form. Or, you know, a cutscene. Although, to be fair, eventually I would just start fast-forwarding through the cutscenes, too. Yeah, exactly, Mate. Exactly. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got 3 king crabs that we can potentially salvage. We got a royal double kit. We got an XL engine. We got all kinds of good stuff. Plus, we got, like, part salvage as well. Man. I'm glad I took max salvage on this. I am glad I took max salvage on this. Okay, so, first and foremost, as you can see, I tried not to core out every single mech on the field this time around. Now, we already own... What is... Hold on. Oh, okay. So the 000 Bravo is the Star League version of the King Crab. Well, if that's the case, then that's definitely the one I want to take. The only problem with that is it's 48 picks and we only have 39. Now, there will always be more salvage. So, chat, what do you think? What do you think? Is the Star League Crab worth paying 3.2 million C-bills. And Chef Scientist with 10 gifted subs to the community. Thank you, Chef Scientist, for the massive generosity and the massive chicken. And if you got gifted a sub, be sure to thank Chef Scientist for that generosity. And of course, welcome to the Cult of Bad Tactical Decisions. Hopefully you enjoy your Ecto Cooler and your stay with the community. Yeah, Chef Scientist already starting off. Yeah, I mean, we have 150 million C-bills, so we can afford the 3 million for a royal crab. I think we do it, chat. Let's do it. I mean, if we're gonna build a new crab squad out of king crabs, then we gotta do it with the right ones, right? Like, if we're gonna have a crab battle, we gotta do it with as many Star League crabs as we can field. And Matse as well, gifting a sub to the community for, let's see, Carradine. Wow, look at that, Carradine. Have not seen you in a hot minute, it feels like. But welcome back to the Cult of Bad Tactical Decisions. And Mate, thank you so much for the gift sub. Mate says, doing my part. I'm doing my part. Would you like to know more? Advertise that amount of C-bills, Comstar might increase their bills. Yeah, all of a sudden I get a spontaneous surcharge on my HPG bills. It's crazy. It's crazy. Alright, so we got ourselves a Star League king crab. We're currently in a conflict zone, so I think we cold storage it for now. We still have another king crab that we need to put back together. I also need to fix up the awesome. Actually, no, that's right. This is not my awesome. This is just an awesome that we picked up. Well, let's sell that thing. Goodbye. And then, even though we're in a conflict zone, let's go ahead and get... Oh, that's right. We actually lost some weapon systems on the Highlander, so I'll have to double check that one in the mech bay and make sure that we actually have the parts that we need to fix it up. So let's go to the work orders, cancel the Highlander, and then let's make sure we can fix it up properly. Correct, Mr. Teach. All lances eventually return to Crab. Oof, that was a tier 4 LBX. That hurts. That hurts, Mechwarrior. That fucking hurts. We could switch out for a tier 4 solid. I mean, the cluster versus solid doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because we can, with yet another mech lab, we could switch ammo types on the fly. So the ammo type is not attached to the weapon, it's attached to the ammo. Or, I guess it's attached to the weapon setting. So we'll go ahead and we'll cram another tier 4 LBX in there, just to replace what we lost. And that's going to be an expensive refit, but the Highlander's worth it. Yeah, we definitely need to find some bolt-on armor. Speaking of, let's have a look at the equipment. Maybe we have some in the shop. We do not, unfortunately. In fact, we don't have a whole lot of anything in the shop. But it never hurts to check. You never know. There's the awesome we sold. So, let's see. I think we're good. We're good in the shop, right? Or good in the mech bay. Alright, so we'll view transmissions. We got the enemy of my enemy, which is probably going to take us to yet another... a different planet. Twitch is recommending you. Interesting. And all must return to Crab. Wait, why is Twitch recommending me? I'm not worth recommending. That right arm never lasts long enough. Yeah. But let's see. Where are we headed on this next one? Just a little bit north? Just a lot of bit north? Hold up. Why do you do this to me, Mechwarrior? Track the mission that I just accepted, for fuck's sake. Alright, let's try that again. And we are headed here. Alright, to Danesmend, or Danishmend, or I don't know. I'm not French. I'm from America, goddammit. I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English. Resource opportunity, eh? So chat, for those of you that have played with coyotes, and I know that the vehicle system is new, how do we actually get our hands on the vehicles? I like, cause we have this, but I don't know, how do we actually get the fighters? How do we get the tanks? I'm curious. Top 5 Mechwarrior 5 streamer at the moment, so I watch people Mechwarrior 5. Well, there you go. I mean, I'm glad to have anybody, but hopefully you like Mechwarrior if you're here in the stream with us. But Mechwarrior 5 is not a hugely popular category from what I've seen. The few times that I've actually tried to go and raid other streamers, it's usually very, very hard. Like, sometimes there's nobody streaming Mechwarrior 5. Although, by the time I get done streaming in the evenings on a Saturday, there's usually at least a couple of people. Okay, aerospace fighters are in certain systems. Oh, okay, so it's something that we would have to buy. Tanks are from exploration mission. Planes are from super hard missions on certain planets. Those of you who enjoy PvP, can you explain to me what's the point of ignoring objectives and attacking enemies in the middle of nowhere? Depending on the game, Mate, that could just be those people wanting to get in a fight. So here's a little thing about me and PvP. So years ago, when I used to play Battlefield 4, me and the crew, and I may have told this story before. I forget the names of the maps because it's been a long, long time since I played Battlefield 4. But there was the map that was on, like, the atoll. It was on a series of islands. It was the map where the shark would spawn, where you could get the megalodon to spawn. And, like, it would have the hurricane that would roll in, and then the aircraft carrier would crash into the island and all that. Like, that map. So in between, when you were playing the Conquest, no, I don't think it was Wake Island. It was something island. But anyway, doesn't matter. The point is, in between two of the points, I think it was the Charlie Point and the Bravo Point, there was that big-ass radar tower with the dome on it and everything. Or not the dome, but it had the big dish that spun around. Me and my boys, me and my squad, we would climb up into that tower every single time because we didn't like that map. We didn't like playing on it because of all the goofball helicopter cheese and boat cheese and that kind of stuff. So we didn't really like playing on that map. So what we would do is we would climb up that radar tower and we would just fight. We would just shoot anything that was in our general vicinity. We didn't play the objective. But what we discovered is by taking that tower, we could make our team win 9 times out of 10. Because when you get sniped by somebody in a tower, the spiteful child in you, at least for most Battlefield players, the spiteful child in you immediately says, oh, that motherfucker, he sniped me. I'm gonna go teach him a lesson. I'm gonna go up there and kill him. And then you do that to half the people on the enemy team, and next thing you know, you have entire squads charging up those stairs to try to get to us and getting blown up by C4, by claymores, getting shot in the face before they even get close to the tower. There are people that roll in with helicopters and we would shoot down the helicopters. Like, we would tie down the entire enemy team at this radar tower, and as a direct result, our own teammates would be able to take objectives almost unopposed. And we got really good at it. It helped that we were already really good at the game, but when you get a squad of 5 people that are all very good at the game by default under normal circumstances, and then give them an infinitely defensible position like that, it was gross. It was gross. And I sometimes felt bad for the guys on the enemy team that were actually trying to play the objective because they were getting no support. And it was gross. Then what I came to do, back to the hell pit, keep it up, stay hydrated, and you may outlive your enemies. Well, thank you once again, Chef Scientist, for the donated subs, and I wish you luck in the hell pit. Go battle the enemies and the demons, and hopefully you will outlive your enemies as well. Alright, let's get in here. Let's get in here. Enemy of my enemy. We are... Well, I mean, we're gonna take max salvage, because that's what you do. And it looks like we may have to swap out because our mechs are still being worked on. And of course, you guys know, I don't like to run the same stuff over and over and over again. So let's see what we can do with 315 tons. We'll drop the Highlander. I mean, we gotta take out Godzilla, right? So if we do that, then we'll drop the Victor as well. And if we drop the Victor, that gives us 70 tons to play with. So what do we have in the hangar that's 70 tons that we can slot in? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because I already know the answer. We have multiple mechs in cold storage that are 70 tons that we could put in. I mean, technically an Orion is 75. We could throw in a T-Bolt as well, which is only going to be 65. But I think that's okay. Or we could throw in another Marauder. I mean, Marauder's always a good pick. Yeah, let's throw in a T-Bolt. We haven't taken a T-Bolt in a while. Now, the way that I build my T-Bolts is basically for the AI. So it's just a big-ass tanky laser boat. We probably should revisit the T-Bolts, though, now that I'm thinking about it. But for right now, we'll pull this one out, and we'll stick a T-Bolt in for this mission. Apparently, this one needs to earn its colors anyway. So this is a good opportunity. Good opportunity. Now, who's got some affinity for a T-Bolt? Doesn't look like... I mean, Mara kind of has affinity for a T-Bolt, sort of. They're not terrible in it.
Discretion, Commander.
Let's have a look at the Warhammer. Yeah, Mara unfortunately is our only Warhammer person as well. Let's see, who's gonna be good in an Annihilator? I don't know why, but the Annihilator seems like a Jacob Bronsky kind of thing. We'll put in Sage Raven. We'll put in Sage Raven. I think it'd be alright. Warhammer any good? Yeah, but I don't want to take multiples of mechs unless we're kind of... Like, if we're doing a themed thing, then I'll go ahead and do it. Like, if we're doing Warhammer Squad or Marauder Squad, or, you know, if we're doing one of those other things. Actually. Hold up, Chet. Hold up. Hold up. We haven't actually done Mad Squad in a while. I don't know if we can do it with the weight limit because I'm not good with math. But I'm willing to give it a shot. I am willing to give it a shot. Should we do that? We'll be a little bit over our weight limit. A little bit over the weight limit, but... Come on, we haven't done Mad Squad in a minute. I think it's overdue. I feel like it's overdue. Nobody else has a decent affinity for the Marauders, so... I guess I'll put in... Who needs experience? I guess we'll put in Mate. Mate needs some more experience, and he's not terrible in a Marauder. Is that Palpatine? No, that is, as you can clearly see the name, Soul Shit or Fuck Murder. Goes by the call sign General Quarters. I know it's a very strong resemblance. I promise, no relation. No relation at all. Alright, there we go. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Let's make it hot. We're gonna lose 4 salvage picks. I'm okay with that. Let's make it hot. Let's make it Mad Squad. Let's make it mad, chat. His first name is oddly still Sheev. Yes, correct.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
So for those of you that don't know,
Online. Sensors.
this is the Mjolnir,
Weapons online.
which is a Marauder 2 with 5 PPCs in it. I'll let you figure out why we named it after Thor's hammer.
Who orchestrate this scheme to spark all-out war
Because
with Council
motherfuckers are gonna be
Yao.
riding
We've
the
been given
lightning.
green light to level their base and put a stop to their plot.
She is now Madge. I am indeed now Madge.
Acquired.
I don't even know what that means. I know that's a thing that the Zoomers say. I don't get it. That's like I posted the thing about Skimmity Toilet because I heard about Skimmity Toilet for the first time this past week. I had no idea what the hell it was. And then people were like, oh, Skibbity. And I was like, look, when I think of Skibbity, I don't think of a fucking toilet, alright? Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. We got a scorpion. Let's see.
Enemy destroyed.
I like to let my long range boys take out the vehicles from far away. There is a vehicle out here. Let's go ahead and take care of that.
This must be one of the tanks we're contracted for.
We got a javelin out here. Let's go ahead and just full alpha that donkey.
Hostile actions against me or my companions will result in your swift and immediate death. Do not tempt us.
About that. Just as an FYI, most of the people that threaten me end up dead. Not as a consequence of threatening me, but just because you clearly don't know who you're fucking with.
Target identified. Bring it down. Leave nothing left for them to salvage.
Oh, hi, Mark. That was probably the shortest-lived hunchback in the history of the Inner Sphere.
Target down.
Mother... Look. I'm gonna need you to take a dirt nap, buddy. Oh no, you got shot in the back, loser. Let's see, we're demolishing the base. We are demolishing the base, chat. I don't always pay attention. I don't always pay attention.
Star Commander, I'm showing major damage to the target facility.
Well, fuck's sake, I hope so, Rihanna. I'm using a 100-ton Marauder to fire PPCs into what is ostensibly a civilian building. I should hope that we're doing some damage.
The area is down to half capacity. Keep going.
I mean, if they're gonna give me a 100-ton battering ram, I'm gonna use it as intended. Oh, shit, I got off the wall. And we got some enemies dropping in, we got a hunchback, we got an awesome, we got a charger.
Almost there, Commander. Only 25.
So, saying goodbye to the hunchback. Oh, you survived. That's actually kind of impressive.
New target.
Coordinating on target ID.
Burn that donkey down, boys. And an awesome... Oh, gross. Gross. It's an 8. An 8R? Get that shit out of here. Get that out of my face. That is a fucking disgrace, bringing an 8R awesome into my presence. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry? Where am I getting shot? Oh, that's where I'm getting shot from.
List of targets. Let's make hot water. Enemy destroyed.
New target.
Lance target received.
Grasshopper. Haven't seen a grasshopper in a while. I miss the whiny original voice you had on Nomad, but I'm getting around to enjoying the new... Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't even remember what the original voice was, Mate, but I had to give you an Eastern European voice. I know it's stereotypical. Sue me. Well, sorry, don't sue me. I don't have a good lawyer anymore. Fight me. Alright, let's get out of here. Those VTOLs did a tactical mistake. They flew through a lightning storm. I mean, I would argue that the VTOLs made a tactical mistake by going airborne in a setting where the primary means of combat is 100-foot hate machines powered by stars. Like, in that context, I don't think you would catch me anywhere near a combat helicopter. I wouldn't want to be associated with that kind of thing. Oh, we're gonna get more than that, buddy. We're gonna get more than that. Could have flown away in them. Yeah, they could have. Instead, they decided to fly right at us. Ow. Asshole. Fucking turret cartel out here. Once again. Oh no, no, I have seen you now. I wasn't expecting to have to lead a target with a laser. Burn him down. Render him into the past tense, boys. Yeah, the VTOLs don't have very great AI in this game. I mean, again, a helicopter that holds still is a dead helicopter. Even now, like, completely ignoring the current weapon systems and weapon platforms in the Battletech universe. Like, a combat helicopter that isn't moving is a helicopter that's about to get shot down.
Stuck in a canyon is tactically dangerous. Watch those ridges.
Thanks, Mara.
The base is fully destroyed and the dissidents are dead. Any remaining survivors are going to be hunted to the ends of the sphere, I'm sure.
I mean, I would be okay with them having better AI, Elijah. Like, I've said many times before, I think it would be great if the AI were improved in this game. But again, that's also part of the reason, not only for myself, but also for the computer, that I increased the damage rating of autocannons. Because the autocannons doing more damage actually makes VTOLs and a lot of the tanks a threat. If you ignore them. I mean, 1 or 2 shots isn't gonna kill you, but if you leave them alone, like a lot of players do, they will absolutely fuck you up in very short order. Let's see, what do we got? We got the grasshopper, which, I mean, I cored it out, but we could sell it for a decent chunk of change. Not enough picks for another mech, but we can have a look at what else there is on the field. I mean, some small pulse lasers wouldn't be bad, just to upgrade the pulse lasers that we already have. Some more flamers wouldn't be bad to upgrade the ones that we already have. We've already got some Hunchback salvage, so maybe I'll take some parts there and we can actually throw together another Hunchback and sell it. We always seem to be short of large lasers, so let me take one of those as well. And there we go. And they're giving us an Orion VA. I mean, I think we'll probably sell that, but that's okay. But let's head to the battle mech window, and yeah, so there we go. Get all the mechs repaired, as you do. Mad Squad performed well, as you would expect. Ask the poor Russian Air Force about helicopter survival rates in contested airspace. Yeah, exactly. Alright, let's see. Grasshopper, no engine core, and all tier 0 weapons. Goodbye. And the Orion, as much as I do like an Orion, Orions are good chunky boys, but we've already got Mad Squad. Like, Mad Squad kind of already fills the void that the Orions would. So I think I will probably just pull the engine core. Actually, you know what? I don't even think we need to pull the engine core. How many 300s do we have? Oh, well, we have 0 300s. Alright, fine. I'll pull the engine core. I'll pull the engine core and we'll sell it. And then what else? What else? I mean, I think it's time, chat. We now have 4 king crabs. I think it's time. I'm not gonna sell all the crabs, but I think it's time that we upgraded. What do you think? I think it's time we upgraded. Let's see where the closest industrial zone is. We've actually got one right here. And Merrick is reasonably fond of us. Well, hold on. Let's have a look at the operations room first. We got some other objectives. We still got Crimson Crusade. I know I said before that we weren't, or I didn't say it, but you guys basically decided we don't want to work for Kurita in this career. So, chat, do I just go ahead and abandon this mission? Or can we not abandon it? I don't think I can. Never mind. Never mind, we can't abandon it. So that's pretty much all of the special stuff that we've got here. So I guess the real question now is, where do we go from here? You can't abandon missions, you can ignore the worm. Yeah, exactly. We should go to Butte. We should go to Butt. Hold, alright. Where's, there we go. A. I'm hitting the wrong button. Now, why are we going all the way out here? And Messerschmitt says, hello, came from you too. Well, congratulations, Messerschmitt, for catching us live. And regardless of how I feel about Nazis, you cannot deny the old Messerschmitt brand. So good to see you, glad to have you, and thanks for joining us on a Saturday. And I see you gas now, hydration incoming. Mate, the reason that we're not doing the mission is because it involves us working for Kurita, which chat has by and large decided they didn't want to do. I think it's weird because we already did the Dragon's Gambit DLC, so like, I don't understand why we wouldn't continue to work for a faction that we did an entire DLC for, but, again, I'm trying to give you guys a say-so, and nobody wanted to do it. So that's okay. But we can head out to Butthole. Remember to always watch your butthole. So we'll do what we typically do, and we will make our way in that direction, and we'll hit some industrial zones along the way, and pick up any other special transmissions that we run into. The tanks and the airspace have the same way to get special mission transmissions. Alright, so we'll have a look at them and see what we can do. You confuse me with the World War II stuff. I don't know what you mean, King Panzer. As somebody whose name is King Panzer, I don't see why you'd be confused about World War II stuff. Oh my god. Loader King. Didn't we already pick one of these up? I feel like we already got one of these. Right? Didn't we get one for the Solaris DLC? I could swear that we did. Maybe not. Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know. I could swear we got one. Oh, it wasn't a hero version. It was just a regular version and we sold it. Yeah. We got one as a reward and we sold it. Speaking of selling, let's sell this Orion. Now, have a look at the star map. Well, let's have a look at the equipment first. I mean, if we're in an industrial zone, we gotta see what kind of toys they have for us. Jesus, I just saw that we have Silver Bullet Gauss, and it made me remember that we bought Silver Bullet Gauss. I forgot we already have like 4 of these. Chat, what the hell have y'all been doing? You let me buy Silver Bullet Gauss and then let me forget to put them in a mech? Jesus. Medium pulse lasers. Sold. Absolutely sold. What else we got? We got an ER short burst large. No thank you. It's tier 0. Hasn't been any werewolves though. Look. Man, look. Do we have ER PPCs? I didn't see any. We got regular PPCs. No ERs, though. No ERs. Just an ER large burst short... What? Large short burst PR. There we go. I can do it. I can say it. I said the words. I was looking at Steam Store, so I was barely paying attention. Ah, I see. But what else do we have? What else? Oh, I mean, we could buy a couple of atlases. We still got to put together our Steiner Scout Squad, Chip. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. We have this, which is an Annihilator with 4 LBX-10s, right? Thought maybe we swap them out for Silver Bullet and make a real Gauss-Zilla. Let's give it a shot, chat. Let's see what we can do. Alright, let's ditch all the weapon systems. We'll ditch the ammo. I'm gonna keep the sensors in the ballistic. I don't know that we'll need a double heatsink kit, though, if I'm being perfectly honest, because Gauss does not generate that much heat. But let's see what we can do here. We could go regular Gauss. We do have enough regular Gauss, but I mean, Silver Bullet, though. Silver Bullet. I don't know if we'll even be able to fit all these in here. We may have to, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to put an XL engine here in order to make this work. Shit. Alright. We may need to downgrade the engine core, too. I mean, we're gonna have to downgrade the engine core. We wouldn't even be able to put ammo in this thing. Alright, let's see. Let's see. We're already running a 300 core. If I put a 200 in it, we're now officially as slow as an urban mech. And that's a 200 XL. That's kind of sad when you think about it. Nah. I gotta see if there's a way to do this. There are defense missions with coyotes. I want to see if it's possible. I want to see if we can do it. So we go with a 250. We're back up to 40 kph. Yeah, that's with Endo as well. Like, we already have the Endo in this thing. The problem I think we're going to run into is going to be crit slots, though. Because we have 1 crit slot, which means we can put in 1 bin of ammo. So I think that's going to be our issue. The issue is going to be that we just don't have any room for ammunition. And the sad thing is, the Silver Bullet is 15 tons, which is the same weight as a regular Gauss. Like, the regular Gauss is also 15 tons. Remove life support, add ammo. Correct. That's how a hunchback pilot thinks. That's how you do that. Alright, so let's go silver bullet. Okay, hold on. Hold on, chat. Hold on. We don't have a 400. We got a 390. You might be thinking what I'm thinking. Then again, maybe not. Okay, so we go with the 2 silver bullet Gauss. And I want to max the armor, which I would have done that anyway, but you get my meaning. So we do that. And then ammo. We can use regular ammo. So if we go double Gauss ammo bin, double Gauss ammo. How much is that? That's 65 rounds each. I obviously want more ammo than that. Because why would I not want more ammo than that? And then put in a gyro, because it doesn't weigh anything. Damn. I was gonna put in a mask and a supercharger. The only problem is we don't have another mask and supercharger, which makes me sad. But that's exactly what I was thinking. Because I was like, hey, we already built 130 kph Annihilator. Let's see how close we can get on another one. But sadly, we will not be able to do that. We're still going 63 kph with this thing. So it's still nothing to sneeze at. So we can go with lasers and say we got a little bit of tonnage to play with. Do we go maybe some pulse lasers in the arms? It's a little bit too heavy, but we could drop some armor for that. Pulse laser seems a little overkill for this, though. I think we could just go for some regular Frank's Red Hot. What do we got? We got some short bursts. Well, Hers, the reason I'm reconsidering is because most of our damage is going to be coming from the silver bullet. Like, the medium lasers are okay, but to me, that's just a backup plan. And the arms are going to be getting blown off anyway. So, like, might as well put them in the arms. We can use them to shoot down VTOLs. And then we could say, what do we got for heat management? I mean, do we even... I mean, we got plenty of doubles, right? So let's go double heat sinks. I honestly don't even think we need the doubles, though, is the thing. Like, we really don't. Extra spicy, yeah. Let's see. What do we got that we could... Can we throw in a patchwork, maybe? That'll almost get us under the weight limit. So if I throw in a patchwork in the head, not enough free slots. How much space does it take up? Alright, there we go. And that gets us to only 1 ton, or 0.1 ton, which we can easily take care of by just dropping a little armor on the head. There we go. What do we think about that? Take out a heatsink, add a small laser. I mean, you may have something there. You may have something there. We don't need case for the torso because we're only using Gauss, and Gauss ammo is not volatile. So even if I were gonna play logically, which I'm not, but even if I were going to, we don't actually need it. All right, let's have a look at what Ernst is saying here. We can go drop one of the heat sinks. And just because we gotta have the laser coming out of the head. Emotional support small laser. I mean, I'm doing it mostly for the memes, because to me, the Annihilator looks like Godzilla. So, having a laser come out of the head. Godzilla. I mean... It's not quite the brand of heresy that I would like to field. But it's still pretty fucking heretical. 3 million in 40 days? 45 days? Yeah, why not? Why not? We're in the late part of the campaign. Let's have some fun with all this money. With all these parts. So yeah, I think it's time to upgrade Crab Squad. Proper late. But let's have a look at this industrial zone first. Look at that. It's like they know me. There's a hero mech available, chat. Let's head over there first.